Every story is a door. You came here because there's a door calling your name. The orb sees everything. It knows what you need. It has chosen. I only retell. Real or fiction? I won't say. You only need to find meaning for yourself. Listen. The orb glows tonight with a message that will haunt your thoughts. Tell me, dear listener, have you ever wished for a world without lies? A world where no one could deceive you? Where every word spoken was pure truth? The crystal shows me a story tonight. A story of a village hidden beneath a volcanic mountain, where an ancient gas made lying impossible. A journalist named David heard whispers of this place. He believed he would find paradise, a utopia built on honesty. But what he discovered changed everything he understood about truth and love. Before we begin, ask yourself this question: is a world of absolute truth a blessing or a curse? Let the crystal reveal what David found in the village where no one could lie. David was a journalist, a man who spent his life hunting for truth. He had exposed corruption, uncovered secrets, destroyed careers built on deception. Truth was his weapon, his purpose, his obsession. Then one night, in a forgotten library, he found an old manuscript. It spoke of a village in a remote mountain region. For centuries, volcanic gases seeped from the earth. These gases did something strange to the human mind. They made it impossible to speak anything but the truth. The villagers could not lie. Not even small lies. Not even kind ones. David read these words, and his heart raced. A place where politicians could not deceive, where lovers could not betray, where criminals could not hide. He imagined perfection, a society built on absolute honesty. Within days, he packed his bag and began his journey to find the village of truth. The path to the village wound through ancient forests. Mist hung low between twisted trees. The air grew thicker as David climbed higher. After 3 days of walking, he saw it. A small village nestled in a valley, surrounded by grey volcanic stone. Smoke rose gently from chimneys. It looked peaceful. As David entered, he noticed something strange. The streets were quiet. Too quiet. People walked with their heads down, avoiding each other's eyes. No greetings. No conversations. Just silence. An old man sat alone on a bench. David approached him, excitement in his voice. "Is this the village where no one can lie?" The old man looked up with hollow eyes. Yes. His voice was barely a whisper. This is that place. Then this must be paradise, David exclaimed. The old man laughed. A bitter, broken sound. Paradise? He repeated the word like it was poison. Stay a while, journalist, and see what your paradise really looks like. That evening, David witnessed his first truth. A husband came home from work. His wife asked, "How was your day?" The man paused, his face filled with pain. "I spent it thinking of the woman I loved before you. I still wonder what my life would be if I had married her." His wife's face crumbled, not with surprise, but with exhaustion. She had heard such truths many times before. David watched families eating dinner in complete silence, because every conversation led to wounds. "Father, am I your favorite child?" There was no safe answer, only truth. A young couple walked past David. The woman asked, "Do you still love me like before?" The man struggled, his mouth fighting his heart. "I love you, but not like before. Time has changed things." She nodded slowly, tears falling. Not shocked, just broken a little more. David realized something terrifying. In this village, love did not survive truth. Every hidden thought became a weapon. Every honest answer left scars. The next morning, David walked past a schoolyard. Children sat alone, scattered like fallen leaves. No one played together. He saw a little girl crying on the steps. "What happened?" he asked gently. She looked up, her eyes red. "I asked my mother if she loved me." "What did she say?" "She said she loves my brother more, because he reminds her of my father, and I remind her of her own failures." David felt his heart crack. Later, he visited an elderly home. The halls were empty. No visitors. An old woman sat by the window, staring at nothing. "Does no one come to see you?" David asked. "They are afraid." Her voice trembled. "If they visit, they must answer when I ask. Do you love me? Do you want to be here?" She closed her eyes. The truth of those answers would be too much. So they stay away. Silence is kinder than honesty. David understood now. The villagers had found their only solution. Complete silence. They stopped asking questions. Stopped sharing thoughts. Stopped connecting. On his third night, David could not sleep. The silence of the village pressed against him. Heavy, suffocating. He walked through empty streets, passing houses where families sat together, saying nothing. A mother held her child, but did not say, "I love you," because the child might ask, "How much?" And the truth might destroy them both. David thought of his own life. The small lies he told every day. I'm fine. You look great. Everything will be okay. Were those lies, or were they love? He packed his bag that night and left before dawn. As he walked away from the village, the air grew lighter. The weight lifted from his chest. He turned back one final time. The village sat in silence beneath the volcanic mist. A place of perfect truth and absolute loneliness. David ran, and he did not stop until he reached the world of lies. When David returned home, his friend asked, "How are you?" He paused. "I'm fine." It was a lie? He was exhausted, haunted, changed. But his friend smiled and moved on. And in that small lie, David felt something he never expected. Gratitude. The crystal dims now, dear listener, but its message remains. We believe truth is always good, and lies are always evil. But the village taught David what we often forget. Some lies are how we love. When we say you'll be okay to someone who might not be. When we say do you look beautiful to someone who feels broken. When we say I'm not disappointed to protect a tender heart. These are not deceptions. They are kindness wrapped in words. So remember this tale. Before you wish for a world without lies, ask yourself, can love survive without mercy? The crystal is silent now. Until we meet again.